Hello, everybody. I'm John.
And I'm Claire.
And today we're talking about an article called Pension Reform. Because, this is true among many parts of the world. People's retirement funds or pensions there's a bit of a danger happening, especially for people in our generation. We might not even expect to get any sort of pension in our later days because of the difficulties of that. Korea has seen the same. And there's been a lot of people that are calling out for these sort of problems to be addressed. How do you prepare for retirement?
When I was discussing this with my students, I got a variety of answers, such as, saving hard in the traditional way from a young age. Also, investing in your kids is a very traditional part of preparing for retirement. If you've educated them well, poured some money into them, they will provide at least some of the support for retired people. Also, having the second career is a big deal these days. Nobody almost expects to retire just once. They all expect to retire from the main job, possibly even being forced to take early retirement, as we'll talk about in the article, and then having some kind of secondary career after that. In their retirement, they're still working, and then they retire again later. So those were the answers I got.
What age do you think you would want to retire?
From the current job or forever?
Well, speak about them both if you would like.
Well, I'm thinking about my future as a sort of also a two-step process, that there'll be a limited amount of time I can do English teaching abroad, I think. I'm thinking maybe I can get to 60. I actually don't know anyone who does ESL teaching at 60, so that might be pushing it a bit, but I'm going to aim for that, maybe. And then if I can get to 60, then get back to England and get some kind of part-time job. These days, the kinds of jobs that elderly people, I say elderly, 60 is not actually elderly these days, but older people do, working in coffee shops, taking retail jobs, working with other older people working in retirement homes and so on. So I'd like to do that job towards the end of my life. And then we get our national pension age 70. So if I can work a bit until I'm 70, I've been paying into my national pension there in the UK. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be all right. And I have private savings as well, additionally, and I have government bonds that I'm also saving. So it's a complicated process, but I'm on the road to, hopefully, stability, provided the British economy does not completely collapse between now and then.
I think that's the big worry a lot of people have is, will the retirement money be there in the future that they've already paid in? I know many Americans worry about that, including myself. Let's go ahead and look at this article a little bit more in detail. Read the whole thing if you can, or the summary if you're unable to, and we'll see you in the review.
Pension reform. Elderly poverty rates in Korea are above 40%, and this is a serious concern. Experts say more money needs to be contributed to the National Pension Fund. One way to do this is to stop forcing people to retire early. In addition, a higher percentage of income should be contributed to the pension. Currently, the pension replaces just a third of a retiree's income, and that's not adequate. Reforms to the severance pay system and better incentives for private retirement savings have also been recommended.